Hello YouTube, this is Mickey D bringing you episode 102 of Stationeers. And it's been a couple days since we streamed Stationeers. I don't remember where we're at. I think we needed a lot of resources the last time I was, yeah, we've got copper. I think iron we were getting a little low on. So there's been a few updates, supposedly. Oh yeah, see, new model of the, they're kind of putting all the grills on stuff now. And the wall heaters. Yeah, well, that's kind of neat. Yeah, looks like there's actually like little elements in there now. And a couple of bug fixes related to that sort of stuff as well. Oh yeah, they changed the lights. Oh, those look a lot better. Yeah, and then supposedly there was some lighting issues with them too, which they fixed. Yes. So we have the dead bodies, of course. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Yes, we can contort him into a pretzel. Okay. Anyway, enough of that. We'll turn these off. We don't need that on right now. I know, I always turn these off. Kind of makes me wonder why I have them automated. But one day we will. Whoa. Okay. That looked a little weird there for a second. What do we have, like... Oh, yes, that stuff. Oh, yeah, that's right. I kind of threw that down there. It's got... It's like couple now. Oh, yes, the stuff randomly. It'd be nice if they did fix that. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but... yeah, so we have... all kinds of stuff to work on. Everywhere. Wiring and plumbing, and we'll be at this for a few episodes. Obviously, we still got to do blocks and metal plates and batteries, and I need to mine those resources. Yes. So, if you guys, if you haven't watched, I did a couple streams of. We'll pick these up over down here real quick. Oh, we don't have much inventory space, do we? No, that can go back where it belongs. Yes. Oh, we might have enough room for this. No, we're going to be one short, of course. It's a tool belt, so we can't put anything in there. No other spots. All right. Anyway, yeah. So I did a couple episodes of Hellion, and I don't want to neglect Stationeers, obviously, but it is nice to swap to a different game for a little bit. Oh, I really do like Stationeers quite a bit. I am actually still wanting to do a rock stream, because Stationeers actually reminds me kind of a more cartoony version of rock. And if you thought Stationeers was kind of in-depth in the way it did stuff, there's nothing on rock. Unfortunately, rock has had a little bit of development issues, shall we say, involving some lawsuits. So, it really got kind of held back a bit, and now it's kind of progressing again. Though there is some concerns from the community over the financing or continuing financing of the game. So it's kind of, I don't know. I'm hoping it does good, but yes. And it has a lot of stuff. I mean, it's very realistic for the graphics. And yes, we can close this back up now. But very similar to, but it already has stuff like radiation and whatnot in it. And it has a very complex crafting system. What is, holy cow, something's going nuts over here. Uh, okay. All right. Anyway. And so on to actual stuff, Stationeers related. Floor grades, floor grades. We can combine those. And try to clean up some of this mess. Okay. Oh yeah, look at the white lights. Yeah, that is a little bit more. They're kind of making things like a little bit sleeker. They were kind of, you know, I don't know. Seems like they're obviously with like the computers and stuff, and I don't know. I get kind of the way the characters look and stuff, and some of the other stuff. It seems like they were kind of going with a well. Plus, we had disk drives and stuff. It seems like they were kind of going with like an '80s kind of look, but they're kind of going with some of a tank kit. What did we get this for? This was for potentially sleeper room later on. Okay, so we don't need this right now. And what are we got stuff like everywhere. Okay, empty. Empty. Do we have iron in any of these? Oh, we do. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Was that iron or nickel? That's iron. I think they've changed the iron model a little bit. It looks a little browner than it used to be, at least in the bags. Okay, and I think that's all copper, which we will definitely need, and we may do one massive run of that just to, because since it doesn't outgas, unless they've changed it. All right, wall coolers, which do not stack. Why? Why do not wall coolers? Why do they not stack? Lights stack. Look, they're almost the same size. I can hold 10 lights in my inventory. I don't think we actually need the lights now, though. I know we're a bit all over the place tonight. We do need conveyors. We can bring those down with us. What is that? Furnace. Can we stack the furnaces? Probably not. No. All right. And those do need to go down as well. Oh, man, all the stuff that doesn't stack. Which is probably why it's still over here. Yeah, wall heaters will not stack. I do like those quite a bit better. So they're kind of don't look like heaters when they're not up there. There's a little bit of a difference in the model when they're, unless it's just the way I'm standing with the lighting. Yeah, because it kind of actually has like the heating lines, elements. And these kind of don't. So that's, I don't know if that's a little bug in the model or what. And they don't have the switch either. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, neither do the coolers. Huh. Alright, anyway. Wall coolers, wall coolers. Oh man, this is going to be like 5 million trips. Lights, flooring, tank. Alright, why do I feel like... actually, you know what? We do want to take as many heaters as we can. Because that's just a wiring line. So that'll be... relatively easy. And you know what? We'll go ahead and drop that because we don't need that on us. I don't think we actually need that either. And we'll drop the wiring off at the... Actually, what are we... we got 50 in there. Okay. Yeah, I'd try to... want to kind of grab as much as we can. Wall heater, very nice. We'll definitely need those. Hopefully we won't need them as much because I do, like I was mentioning, I think in the last stream, passive vents. Yeah, we'll take those with us. I do want to, I want to add some more windows into the base to get some passive solar heating because we will get solar gain from anything that basically sunlight hits inside the base, which is kind of a nice feature. Then we put, okay, we got an active vent, we got a passive vent. Okay, so airlock will work. We've got basically intakes and outputs that can be hooked up. Cooling and heating. How do we want to do that? And if we do have, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think we kind of want to alternate. We're going to go output, 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 input, input. So next to these, we're going to want to put those. And I'm going to fall. Yep, I knew it. I was like, I know I'm right in front of the stairs. Okay. Because that'll be for the filtration, and then that'll be for depressurization. Hey, unexpected. And do we really need... we did do intakes and returns, so passive vent and a passive vent. And I don't know if we put anything in here or not yet. Oh, we did. Okay, so there's going to be a passive vent. We're going to have so much piping to run. Actually, it won't be too bad, because those tie into the filtration. Okay, so those returns... I don't know why they have that on there. It'd be nice if it just went right into the side, so you don't have the little dongle hanging off of the light. But I definitely like the model a lot. I never really liked the old ones at all. They looked very, I don't know. I'm lacking on the word for that. So 1, 2. You know, we might be overdoing it on the vents a little bit. I might have to readjust for that. We'll throw a heater over. It hasn't been too much. We've just basically, I talked about another game for a little bit, and basically that you know, we did Hellion for a little while, or for a couple episodes. So we're just going around and placing some of the components for, you know, heating, cooling, that sort of thing. I want to try to get... We did one there and one down there. That's not a lot, but I want to try to get, you know, all the systems kind of placed so that we can basically go through and wire up circuits and whatnot all at once, you know. That way we don't have to kind of figure out where we're going to run the next wire to. And I think we're going to need more heaters. We'll stick one. Oh. He was waiting on... Oh, you're waiting on the... Oh, you're waiting on the... supposedly that's been kind of bugged. A lot of people saying they haven't always been getting their notifications when I come online. But it seems to come and go. I think it's a... maybe YouTube's having some issues occasionally on there. And I don't know if they have a server that just handles that or whatnot. Alright, so these can go over here with the other ones. And eventually we will get stuff hooked up for that. And that emptied it all out. So we'll go pick up some more stuff. Yeah, but they did, so they updated the models and the lights, the cooling and the heating, the wall coolers and the wall heaters. Kind of... Did they add more fan blades on that again? I know they added the grain on. Maybe not. Or I know they added the grill on, but I can't remember if I had that many fan blades on it or not before. But yeah, so the wall heaters have a new model, and the wall coolers have a new model, which they have basically the grill on them, like the you know, the other units do. That's right, they also have no fan on them. Yeah, like the ACs do. And right now I'm just carrying stuff back and forth to the other... Oh, we do still have another wall here. Very nice. And another one. Very nice. Yeah, we definitely need those. Wall coolers. Yeah, woo, cooling is going to be a little bit interesting. We're gonna. We can't really hold off on the cooling because we're definitely gonna need it. But we're gonna run into issues where we're not gonna have enough pollution because it's gonna tie into the radiator line or when we do the wall units, because that's all we have in the reserve tank right now. So yeah, we need to make some pollution basically, which I guess we could always kick in the generator. Okay, so wall coolers. Now, do we want to do a whole separate? I don't want to do a separate grid. I want to tie it into the same radiator grid, um, which is going to be kind of interesting. And we did put lights in there. That's good. So, where are we going to put this? And as I run off the stairs and get stuck underneath the stairs. So, Transformers, I don't really know if I like that there because that might cause, I don't see us expanding out that way. Yeah, we might pull that off of that wall. Though we could put a wall cooler down here. So I'm thinking, how do we want to run? I could do something about that too. We need some blocks over there. How do we want to run this? So, I mean, really the radiator, the closest spot would be over on that wall. If we come all right off the radiator. And our pollution tank should be somewhere. Where's the other one? Right there. So pollution tank's almost like right there. So that's where all the piping is. So I guess we can stick one here. Would be easy, an easy spot. And the question is do we want to try to run through the floor and come over to the other side, or do we want to try to run down? And I could try doing one on each. I don't know. Wall heaters. Where else did we need wall heaters? This other room over here. Not here. So we might need another one. So we can do wall heaters on this wall. I was thinking about doing radiators on the cooling on that wall, but we'd have to. That's basically the farthest distance from the radiator possible. So, not probably the best idea. And I should... 1, 2... So, we're going to put... This is a pretty big room. So, I mean, granted, we are tied into... And I know I put that one lower than all the other ones. But I kind of actually want to bring the other ones down. Since it's kind of where I placed them on all the other ones. Yeah, see? And then I don't mind having all the vents up there, though. As long as we can still... Yeah, we can still reach them. Alright, so we do need cooling up here as well. So maybe what we'll do is... come on. Really? I'm going to keep falling off those stairs. Alright, jetpack. And still waiting. Oh, that's kind of... Oh, they changed the fan, too. It's not the same fan as all the other stuff. Well, way to be completely different. Huh. Oh, you know what? I could just... Oh, I don't know if it'll show. Oh, well, if I place it. Oh, yeah. That is a little bit different. Not quite like all the other fans in the game. So what we'll do is... Kind of put one, let's see, that's going to be return. Yeah, we'll put it on this side. Okay. 3, 4. All right, I think we emptied everything out again. So I think we have some more wall coolers. Yeah, we might have gone a little bit overboard. We'll see. Though I do think we could actually use more heaters on this side because it takes a long time to heat up the base. Which is why one of the reasons I want to do the add the windows in, because that'll help speed that up. And then since we don't have an issue with cooling, and actually that would probably help with, well, it wouldn't help with the cooling, but it would help with keeping enough heat in our radiator system. Because it would give it a little bit of, you know, extra heat input. And I think we were completely, oh, are we out of steel again? I'll have to check that. I vaguely remember, I think at the end of the last episode, we ran out of steel. Or at least steel sheets. I'm not sure which. Floor grates, windows, lights, and we'll go ahead and put that in over there. Yeah. So we got a couple coolers, the furnaces. Yeah, which the furnaces we can drop off here. That's going to be kind of part of the sorting and smelting. Oh, and one more. Yeah, I think we have one for each ore that we're going to smelt. Though I still got to check. I've never tested to see if you can make steel with... Oh, you know what? We should... So on the furnaces, wherever we put them, which might be, I think, down here, I want to seal those off. So they'll be kind of glassed in, kind of like we did up front with the one manual furnace. And then we can collect the pollution from those. And so we'll do... so we need to add a return in. We're going to need another active vent at least. We can probably have them, you know, they'll all be in the same area. You know, in the same contained area, and that way we can just use one active vent. And if any of the furnaces is on, maybe, I don't know if we can read multiple from that. We'll have to figure out how we're going to set that up. But, yeah, and then we can do we got a little bit of stuff sticking through. And I was thinking we maybe put the coolers in it, but yeah, we're not going to need coolers in that. Especially if we're just sucking the air out and putting it through the system, because then it'll get cooled as it comes out anyway. I don't know if... Well, honestly, we could use like one, but... So we've got 2 coolers and 4, 5... I might have gone a little overboard on the heaters in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 heaters in here. Now, granted, this is kind of combined. It's kind of the same area. So we have another 2, 3 heaters down here. Though we don't have any coolers down here, do we? No. So we should at least put 1 down here, I think. And I would say we could put one on this side too, but... maybe. And we have coolers. Now, I didn't put any heaters and coolers in that hallway. I don't know if I'm going to worry about it, honestly. I mean, probably should have some, but it'll equalize out through the base. And hopefully with these, it'll be enough. So cooling... We could actually add another cooling over here, because there should be a line from the radiator right there as well. like that. Though we might be a little overboard on that. We will see. All right, I think that's actually most of the devices placed. So then we'll have to figure out how we're going to run circuits. And I do want to tie. Now, see, I could swear that was not popping up before. It's like things just kind of randomly pop up at times. Okay, and let's see. So we got obviously not near enough cabling. And then we have some more outside too, so we're good there. Yeah, not enough kits. And oh, that was going to be steel, I think. That's where I think I accidentally put a wrong ore in there. All right, so we got plenty of piping. Nothing. Oh, I think everything's in the fabricator, isn't it? Oh, that's right. If I remember correctly, we were kind of at a severe shortage of, well, not that severe, but yeah. So no steel left. That's all right. I think we're pretty much going to be running pipe and whatnot right now anyway. And I'm not going to worry about the tank, the big tank that we just placed, because that's going to be for the fuel kind of mix. So we'll mix, you know, the oxygen and hydrogen together so that we can get, which I still don't know if I want it there, but I just want to get it. Oh, we got to swap over that transformer too. Yeah, so we have that to do. But that's going to be for, we'll plumb that in later on. And we do want, yeah, we need those too. We need the storage tanks. Not storage tanks. The canister, the gas, what are those called? I always forget. The storage, canister storage, gas storage. Oh, we never hooked that into the radiator system either. I guess we don't have any of those, which I do believe those are iron. And we're going to want one for oxygen, nitrogen. I'm not going to worry about the CO2 because it takes so long to fill it anyway, and we can just go inside the base for that. But oxygen, nitrogen, we definitely want. Fuel mix one would be useful, especially since the fuel tank is going to be there anyway, so I can pull right off of that. And I know I'm going to actually use the fabricator. Let's see here. So we want to grab gas, not canisters. We've actually got plenty of canisters. Gas tank storage. There we go. Yes. And so we need one for oxygen, one for nitrogen, one for fuel. And I'm not going to worry about a drop-off one. I don't think we need one there. Oh, we do want to put a battery charger there too. So yes, we can do the battery charger. You think battery charger would be right there. Oh, battery cell charger. Hey, look at that. It is right there. All right. Anything else that we need to place down for just the basic? We're probably going to need some circuits and stuff, but we can do that later on. I bet these don't stack, do they? No. Because it's too convenient when things stack. All right. So we get that. We get that. Oh, autosave. Oh. Thank you. All right, we'll go ahead and take the lights with us. And since we got room, we'll take some floor grading. Though I'm not sure how much wiring we're going to be running around. Well, we're going to be running a ton of wiring around. Actually, I don't want the floor grading. We will take some pipes. Because we are definitely going to need lots and lots of pipes. We'll need lots and lots of wiring too, but we can only carry so much. Yeah, the floor gridding's not really a priority right now anyway. I could have made it just because we were doing huge batches of stuff. And okay, so my thought is maybe now we actually kind of need, let's go look at the setup. I think we need actually, well, I guess we could put it inside. But the way we had it set up before is, yeah, it's going to be more than one block unless we bury it. You know what we'll do is we'll put it underneath and then run it up to the pipe, so that'll work. We can kind of hide everything down below. And I think, so if we do rotate that way, and I don't want to, well, actually we've got all that there. Yeah, we'll just do something like that. There. And look, we can actually make them right side up. How crazy is that? And then we'll stick a battery charger, which of course isn't going to line up the same as the rest. No, that would be just silly. And look at that. It doesn't even, I never noticed that. Yeah, it is always offset, isn't it? Because it's 2 blocks wide. It's coffee time all day long for me. Oh, actually, we could put, no, I kind of want to leave everything together. So we'll do that. That way they're kind of evenly spaced. 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, that'll work. So we'll get our batteries and our tank fills. So we'll do oxygen, nitrogen, and fuel mix. Because especially if we're working on a ship, we're going to be, well, it's probably not really needed saying the welder's lasting forever. But who knows? Maybe they'll change the balance at some point and we will actually need it. Oh yeah, how does this look now that they changed the, that still looks pretty good. I definitely like, I like them better than that. I never liked they were kind of too rounded and looked, I don't know, they reminded me of like a really, 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 really old like street light or something. We'll take the pipe. We need more pipe. And we'll take the pipe. And we'll take the pipe. And heavy cable. And heavy cable. Alright. So, we're going to need some pressure regulators and whatnot too. Oh. Well, it doesn't do too much good if it's sitting in the pot. I might turn those. Yeah, I think I'm going to turn some of those around. Yeah, that'll be interesting. All right. So, let us start. Oh, yeah. Well, no. Okay, yes. We'll go this way. Since we have 2 different doors to get in there. And before we do anything, let us get these batteries up and charging. That shall be the first thing we do. Okay, so did we seal it up? We should have a, where is it? Oh, I think when we were putting all the metal plates on, we went a little overboard on the metal plates. Because we should have the one open that has the power line coming off of it, which is gonna be somewhere, I think, right around in here. So let's drop that for now. And we can leave pipes in here because we're definitely, most of the stuff we're pulling off of from the ceiling in here for all the systems. So we'll definitely want pipes there. Did I put... Oh, I did put lights in here. Okay, good. All right, let's see. That's the tank. That should be pretty close. Oh. Good, I wanted to kick on the jetpack anyway, because we need to go up here. Oh, wait. Was there a reason we decided we did not want to do this? No, we can pull off of this line. Wait. Was it decided we didn't want to pull off of this? Because this is coming straight off the batteries on the other side. But really, I think we need to pull off of the solar panels was what we decided. And come straight down through here. Like that. And then, because that way we're not charging one set of batteries with the other set of batteries. And then we want to feed, I'd kind of like to feed our output side back to our other, which I don't know if we can get there from, oh, we can get there from here. Very nice. So we want to feed back into, I guess, this line. Yeah, because that'll feed back into our outputs. Yeah, because that'll run back around to all the outputs. All right. And then that way, any side of the base, because I'd hate to get to the thing where, like, you know, we're drawing more power over here, but those batteries charged, because we don't really get a control on what charges. So I could see one side being charged and then one half of the base not having power because everything got charged on that side and not this side, and you know. So we'll keep the main grid kind of all together, sort of, I guess. And the only thing we've got to do too is we've got to tie into this data line, I do believe. Which I don't remember if that's on a separate circuit now or not, because we had to make some changes to that. No, I think that's right on the output now. So as long as we tie into the output, we should be fine. Yeah, so we don't have to do that, which is good. Because we don't have to run a separate data line all the way back. And alright, so we should be good there. But we do have to run back into this return. Oh, and I'm stuck. Alright. And that was... So that's the line running up to the ACs that we were going to tie into. Actually, does that? But that comes off on the output side. Oh, well, that comes off on the output side. So that would give us both our sides. Very nice. Okay, that'll work. If I can get out of here. All right, so the line that we were going to pull off and use as our input, which we didn't want to do because we don't want to charge battery bank charging battery bank, we can tie that into our output because that's the output from all the other ones. So we can tie that into this output, and then that will give us three-way, not a three-way corner, three-way junction. There we go. Since this one's going to be the last one in the line. Now, I reversed these, didn't I? This is the input side. Yes. Yeah, because I turned them around how they were in the other room. Because it makes sense to have the output. That way we don't have to wrap around like we were doing before, which didn't really make that much sense. So I kind of wish I'd done the other room this way. Probably would have saved us a bit on wiring. But this room's a lot bigger, so what is it with getting stuck between batteries and transformers? There we go. Three-way junction. And three-way junction there, because that'll be the end of the line. Oh, yeah. Output. Oh, that'll work. Yeah, that'll actually work really good. So this is our output side. So this side, then we can just do a corner. And we'll come straight up. And we need to go over to here, which we could probably, yeah, that would save us a little bit. So if we pull this one up, we actually might be able to, hang on. Okay, so it runs through right there. So this should be about where we need to be. We can just run back to it. There we go. All right, and pull that up. All right. We'll get some stuff. Turn it on. Ah, very nice. Right there. Look at that. I like to say I planned that, but I did not. Saying we put that wire there like how long ago? Before we even had a concept of doing the building out here. Okay. And we want to come up and over to that side, which will just come straight up. And corner. I do sometimes plan stuff. So sometimes it just works out really well without having to plan it. Okay, so let's drop all that. This is one thing I don't like about these corners. Yeah, because see, we can't get to the cable without pulling out the grid and pulling out the grid. Thank you. It's kind of funny when you cut one wire and you shut down half the base. Three-way junction. There we go. All right. So there is output to tie into all of our outputs. And we will ignore. And here I am going to get stuck on all these two. I should almost just pull the transformers off the wall because it would make it so much easier. You know what? I'm actually going to do that because that's getting really aggravating. And look, transformers stack, and they're just as big as wall heaters and wall coolers. It makes no sense. All right. Hey, now we can turn off our jetpack. All right. So, if our heavy cable wants to cooperate here, and then what we'll do is, I kind of just threw transformers in. I don't know exactly how many we need right now. A lot of the circuits we're going to tie into what is already, I mean, obviously we're going to have some new circuits, but a lot of it's going to tie into what is already, the circuits that are already there for the other side of the base. And what is with this not wanting to stick on the right spot? Oh, that's right. Yeah, heavy cable's a little bit finicky. It doesn't quite use the same snap point as the other one, I do believe. Okay, so there's output tied in, output from that battery room tied to the output on this battery room, so they can flow back and forth between for the outputs. That way we don't have to worry about one side of the base getting drained off of the other. Oh, except it's not going to work. Our data cables are, well, actually, no, it is all heavy cable now, so that should be able to be on the same network. All right, we'll try and see. You know, at one point they were separate, but then they kind of got combined, so we'll see what happens. And we'll do not a three-way corner. Come on, junction. Thank you. Really? Yeah, you're going to push all the wiring underneath the ground. Yeah, it's only heavy cable. Don't worry. Okay. So this should, which, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'll run up. I'm just going to, I can tee off. We have like the 5 ways, or I can put transformers here and do a 3-way going the other way. But I can change this to a 4-way as well if I wanted to. Just, you know, varies. Depending on the placement we do. But I don't know. We might run into issues because it's a little bit different setup than what we had on this side. Well, different as in the batteries are turned around opposite. But we should. Okay, so these are all full except for that one. So we should be showing up at like 98% charge. Except we didn't add in the other batteries. So yeah, so it's showing at 100%. And if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, no, actually, we need to go back down here first. All right, so if we come down here, and if we say battery count. So we need to make that 18. All right. And that should now give us the correct reading. So we're at 67%. 66%. All right. And I don't know if we'll actually charge all those or not. I don't think so. So we'll probably do an expansion on the, we want to go this way. I'm going to do an expansion on the solar panels here coming up along with this. But obviously we have no more draw right now. Because for one, they're not hooked to anything. So they can just sit here and charge. And for now, so this one, we need to run, well, we can connect them together first. Now, my thought was is we run a line down here. So I was going to run another one, run it up. And I probably need to go get some more heavy cable, which we don't have in here. Because what we need to do is... Oh, it's the air filters running. I'm always like, why is that outgassing? Oh, and we didn't want to put that there. Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to need more heavy cable. And if we figured out correctly, so solar panel... Oh. Oh, that's right, we skipped 2 lines. So we need to come all the way back. We wouldn't have another line until here anyway. And then we'd have one less line there. Let's fix this before we get too much farther on. I'm tempted to do the jump. Oh, no. Don't worry about that. Okay. Corner. So really, if we're not going to have... I wonder if we could do the... Well, we still can't fill them in. I'm tempted to do the angle blocks along here so we can do another line. And I don't know, can we put stuff on the cladding? Do we have a sheet of cladding to test with? I don't think we have an extra sheet made. We do have some over here. Thankfully, we still have plenty of expansion room that way. Let me guess. I guess I probably need a pry bar, right? No. Don't tell me I need a... Okay. And it's not a pry bar. Grinder. Ah. That doesn't make much sense, because it's basically the same thing as a wall panel, which you pull off with. Yes, yes, yes. So, if we do... Oh, we can do the rounded. It's night right now. Though it's strange, we have no stars. So what happened to the stars? Yeah, which there was a bug with the stars not showing. I thought they had fixed that. And you know, I'm going to do this. Well, I guess we can just see if we can place anything on it or not. Spherical cladding angled. Alright, so if we do that, can we place something on that? I have a feeling the answer is probably no. This will let us test. Oh, my jetpack lasted. Good. Yeah, okay. I didn't think so, but... Though it would let us walk on it, though. Oh, that's weird. You see that? There's a mess up there because there's a height difference. We're doing a step up. I can feel it when we walk up to it. Yeah, right there, there's a step up. So there's a little bit, something a little bit off on there. Yeah, that's strange. I'll have to look into that because there was a report that that was happening. Um, I thought they had fixed it, but maybe not. But I do believe it might be because I manually edited this from being the moon. So I manually set the sky and the terrain to use basically Mars. So it might be overwriting it and not letting it fix it. So I'll have to see what it's supposed to be. I'll create a new world and see what it actually calls it because it might be calling it something different now. All right, so that's not going to work, which I kind of thought. But we could, though, put the angled steel blocks there, and we just won't be able to fill them in. And then that would let us put more solar panels on. Okay. And we can, oh, let's not fall down in there, because, okay. I just want to throw that back. And, yeah, we'll grab, which we do have more frames, so we can go grab those. And, fix. And one of these days, we'll actually get some of these other ones. I should actually put them in line. That's actually a really good idea. We might actually change this a little bit because we can have like 3 oxygen tanks and let it fill up 3. Though oxygen tanks, we don't need, you know, it's usually the nitrogen. Speaking of oxygen tanks, what are we at? We're doing good. So we could actually fill, maybe we'll move the nitrogen to not fill over there, have it fill over here, and we can have it fill up like 3 tanks at once. And so we want those. And I'm going to throw the wall lights and those in there for now. Oh, wait a minute. Was that walls? I want frames, not walls. Yeah, these aren't hooked to anything. That's just storage. So we have, and the plan would be is you would take, like, this one's now full. So I can let that one fill up. And now I've got a full spare tank. So it's just so I didn't have them all laying around on the ground because basically I had a pile of tanks right there. And that way, I mean, we haven't had an issue with it keeping up, but it gives us a little bit of reserve that's separate from the tanks that we're pulling everything from. So that way, if we do get extremely low in nitrogen, we do have a few tanks that are already full that'll last us a while. Plus, if there's more than, you know, somebody else pops on the server or pops on the world, there we go. It, you know, gives them, you know, there's more than one oxygen tank, so everybody's not like, I need oxygen, I need oxygen. Not that it really uses it that fast, but. Oh, okay. Well, actually, I guess we can take that and just use it. And there was something else I wanted while we were up here. Probably heavy cable. Oh, autosave. Well, that's weird. Oh, maybe it's not the autosave. Maybe it's that weird lag spike. It is about time for an autosave, though. And yeah, we're going to definitely need that. And we'll grab that too, since we're going to be using quite a bit of that soon. So let us run back out here. And we are going... Well, first we'll just stand on top of this. Now, the only thing weird about doing this is we were going to... Well, I guess we still can. It just might look a little bit weird later on. We might change it a little bit. I still want to do the catwalk around at the top of the base. Just has not been a priority, but it would save us on our jetpack, because we basically have to use the jetpack since we can't walk around the rows of the solar panels. There. So, that's awesome. Yes, that's right, because you cannot weld those. Oh, I never tested to see if we could put stuff on them. I was just assuming since they're frame blocks, we could. Yeah. Watch, we won't be able to place stuff on them. Well, though, the regular blocks you can place stuff on, and they're not welded. No, I guess we can't. Oh, bummer. All right, that's not going to work. Unless we put a wall plate down on top of it, which I don't really want to do. That went a little bit farther than I was thinking it was going to go. All right. Can we at least put... Well, the wiring's not technically on it, though. Anyway. We'll run it out. It'll give us a looks thing, I guess. It's purely artistic right now. We'll just go with that. The only thing on the whole entire base we've done first, that no. Yes, it will. At some point, one of these days, I will start a stream, and suddenly, the whole entire outside of the base will be clad. Just magically happen. Alright, so let us get down here. Yeah, because if we could actually place something on those, we would have one more row of solar panels right there. Which is going to be, I don't know. I might not keep it because it's the only spot in the base that looks like that. Though it would make sense if the tank's here, you know, you're kind of going around the tank. So I guess it's not horribly kind of inaccurate. And we kind of want to come back to here, which is not going to work if we have solar panels on there. They were bugging out, weren't they? They are bugging out. I see you shimmering over there. How do we want to do this? Yeah, because that should... I mean, alternately, we could reverse it, because this can always just come on... Well, no, that's not going to reverse it. I mean, we could just continue that one down and come on the outside, and then bring... Nope, can't do that. Won't work. And I think we carry on the outside. Oh, yep, that one's on that side. We need to carry that on the inside there. Yeah. Shoot. Well, if we have to go back and around, that's not... We'll just go down one. Not the most efficient way to run it, but it'll work. And then we want to go to there. Such a waste of cabling. Look at this. Okay. Yeah, because I don't want to come down in there, because then we're going to see it. All right. Yeah, so we're going to want to run it like in here. And corner. Such an inefficient use of cabling. And we want it. Ugh. Okay. We're going to run it right there. That should work. And right there. Come on. Thank you. There we go. And okay. Oh, son of a... Really? The one corner. I was trying not to run it down the corner. That's all right. Well, we'll do it this way. Though I could... Hang on. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we're going to end up running it down the corner. I was debating on moving it and moving that line over, but it's probably not. It's going to be basically the same thing. So, oh, I could have gone back the other way. And hover. My hover's broken. Okay, come on. Get on there. Get on there. You were on there for a second. Ah, very nice. Okay. Now this is probably the spot where we realize that there's another cable already ran down there. You know, maybe I should color code these. I could so see crossing these. One of these days, I will actually run through the base, and I was thinking about that too. I should really start color coding the cables, or the pipes, especially since we have had 2 occasions now, over 100 episodes, 102 episodes, not counting part 2s. So it's not really too bad, but where I've mistakenly hooked up the wrong pipe to the wrong pipe, which usually caused either an explosion or something to work completely wrong or a ton of contamination or a multiple of both. Okay, did we... Okay, I'm assuming the sun's not up. And Yeah, we're probably not getting enough of a charge. That, or I'm missing a section of cable, like right here. Oh, we have to wait a whole nother day. Oh, yeah, that's right. Let's see if we get... Oh, they lit up. Oh, look at that. It's charging them all at once. That, or they're just no charge, so they're showing critical, which would be a little bit of a change. What will take a long time to do? Oh, to paint all the pipes? Yeah, probably what we'd end up doing is pulling out like a stack, painting it, and then putting it back, and then pulling out a stack and painting it and pulling it back. Though we could do it on the new section, we could do it as we place them, just because we have all the systems there. Well, that drained quick. But anyway, that will... I'm surprised it pulled off of those. But yeah, redoing the existing section, that would take a while, and that would be something I would do off camera, because that's like making you guys watch paint dry. Yeah, so if we kick the generator on, which gives us the benefit of creating some pollution, which we much sorely need. And if I turn on my jetpack, I could probably get out of here. Then these should... Oh, they're not going to charge. Okay, there's a little drawback. Oh, no, they are charging. Why is that charging? Does the generator backfeed into the solar panel? That's kind of weird. Oh, yes, it does. Yeah, that's right. I realized that the other day. It's kind of a bug in the system that we should probably address at some point. But this is tying right back into the main line coming from the solar panels. Not coming... Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, it runs through the transformer, and then the transformer outputs into the main line for the solar panels, because that way it continues on. And really, this line should tie back into the back side of the transformers here, and then output, which we're going to have to address at some point, because if we ever hit over 100 solar panels. What is funny? Oh, come on. Now that you have hooked up the batteries in the other building, you don't have to read just your clock. I don't have to... Oh, you're talking about for the LCD screen? Or the readout? Yeah, so that should be... Which seems... Oh, yeah, it's actually probably charging those pretty fast. Since that is the LCD readout. Yeah. Yep, so that is probably about right. Yeah, that's why that's why I wanted them tied together too. Is so, because otherwise we were only going to be reading what was on that side, and it wasn't really going to give us an accurate... I mean, we could have made another circuit, and we could have put like bank 1%, bank 2%, something like that. But I'd rather have them interconnected, because, like I said, I don't want to see one side end up being charged, the other side end up being dead. Oh, yes. Yeah, I did realize that an episode or two ago, and we kind of touched on it. That at some point I'm going to change that's. I really need to drill that out a little bit more. Yeah, at some point I need to change that so this feeds in on this side and then outputs. But we're not over the solar panel amount, so it's not an issue. Yeah, 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 and that's the other reason. But because we need to tie, so this circuit can read now the other set of batteries for the potential. So otherwise, it would have thrown the calculations off. So we've got our correct battery count, and then we've got our correct potential reading off of here. So it does show correctly. And then it's weird. That one is still green. It's going to be like the last battery to charge. And does it tell me? Now, it should kick it off. Well, you know what? I never checked that to see if I manually kick it on, if the sun comes up, if it'll kick it off or not. I'm kind of liking that it's running. Yeah, we're at 99.99. Okay, we're at 100% power. So we should be good. I should actually add an LED down there too. And maybe one over here. I might do that because that's just a percentage reading off of they should all be able to read. Well, they will all be able to read because it's the same network. So, but we could put one up here, put one down there, and then we don't have to run upstairs. So yeah, very nice. They all read at 100. It reads and works. So we've got power down here now. And we should be, except for doing wiring and whatnot, but this is going to be the maintenance area, so we can run stuff across the ceiling and as well, which will run probably the wall heaters. And what makes that clicking? It always goes out. I swear it's a transformer. Yeah, I can use a small one. I don't know how well the small ones read the 3 digits, because I know, I don't know if they fixed it or not, but I knew that at one point, I think it was the small ones, it might even do with the big ones if it's large enough number, is it wasn't really quite displaying right. But yeah, we don't need a big one. So, I could just put one. I'll probably put one like right here or something. Um, just so we have the readout, because obviously now where it's in multiple rooms, we can't see the condition of all the batteries at once. So, when I was down there, I could just kind of look and go, okay, yeah, we're about 80%, Um, which, so if I kicked on the backup generator manually, which down there I can read the circuit, so that's kind of not true. But, say if they add a nuclear reactor and we put that in and we have that kick on as, our backup power instead of, the gas generator, then, um, we don't have any way to see what all the other batteries are. And obviously we don't want to keep it just running for no apparent reason and just waste, you know, probably some really complicated resource that we have to make. Well, I don't know how complicated it would be, but yes, and we'll be crafting enriched uranium. Well, technically it wouldn't be enriched though, would it? Because that would be for weapons. So yeah, we can put. You know what? We could actually put these on the ceiling if we wanted to, and we'll go with the kind of look we've been doing. Which I think I was running them that. Oh, and I do want to start on this side. Yeah, and we'll just throw them back down. And then that'll get us started, because we can do run to each section. which, like, most of this, but we'll need one for wall heaters, one for... Actually, our wall heaters are... We tied those off the... No, we didn't tie them off the main line. Did I turn it off? I didn't turn it off? Probably didn't turn it off. It may have kicked off, because the circuit is set to trip it off if the sun comes up. I just don't know if I manually kick it on if it trips it off. Oh, yep, it did. It's tripped off. I thought I tripped it off because we hit 100%. Oh, okay, I did turn it off. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, the gas generator. I could, but I have that automated on this circuit. So if the sun is down and the total base capacity is less than 20% storage, it kicks on the generator. And then once the sun comes back up, it won't let the generator run again, so the solar panels can charge at the base. So it's kind of automated. We never really have to mess with it. It's just, you know, and I think I've still got it set to, yeah, 20%, which I will probably actually drop that, because that was back from when we had way less batteries. So 20% capacity right now is still quite a bit of power. So maybe we'll drop it down to, I should probably try dropping it down to like 10%. We don't almost never drop down that low anyway, but oh, I can't actually go less than that, can I? I could do it with a memory, but we'll leave it at 10%. Yeah, I could probably use a computer to write to it, and write it as like a, if I wanted to do like a 0.15. Oh, and I have so gotta... Well, I keep saying I need to dig that out, but it's not really an access way that's going to be there. So I'd probably just... Actually, now that we've done that, we probably really shouldn't have to go down there too much anymore, because we've got our power up here, which is where we're going to pull everything from. Yeah, and then... we got to do... We've got to do a couple of heating circuits, which we'll do the same way. I don't know if we want to do a large one. What did I say just about not walking down here anymore? Yeah, here's our heating circuit. So now for the heating over there, we are actually going to want to run lines all the way to here. And we'll want to have another transformer. Yeah, we'll need a couple. We'll need to add a couple more transformers here, and they'll run to the rooms over there, which is the only drawback to this. But I don't want to have to duplicate this again for the other side of the base, when really, you know, we'll just, you know, we can run them up through the ceiling, or if we need to, through the floor, or, you know, if we have to, we can go down 3 blocks and run them up. I mean, you know, and at least the good thing with the wiring is, unlike the pipes, is you can walk through it. So it doesn't matter if we fill up every single line in a block, we can still walk through all that wiring. What? No, the, you talking about for the heaters? No, that's why it's on, there's 4 heaters on each transformer. So that has 4 heaters on it, that has 4 heaters on it. That's what's heating the other side of the base, the rest of the base right now. So, yeah. So what we do is we put another transformer. It's feeding in with heavy wire, but we put another transformer. We run that to 4 heaters. We put another transformer in. We run that to 4 heaters. You know, we put another transformer in, we run that to 4 heaters, and then the circuit is batch writing to shut off small transformers. And that's why we just have to make sure that anywhere else in the base, a transformer is, well, actually, that's why on here, this line, that is running solely to this, which is why they're isolated from everything else. So, and this is the output side. Yeah, that is the output side. But it won't let data pass through. So that way we're not messing with anything else. But yeah, that works because then it gives us our heater circuits. So we can do batches 4, 4, 4, 4. I mean that, or we just run heavy wire all over the place, which is something we could do. But still, even then, we're limited to what? We get 50. Well, so we could have up to 50. I mean, we could, if it gets to the point where it gets big enough, then we could, the coal is connected, but it's manual only. So if we like run out of volatiles or, you know, fuel mix, then we can manually kick in the coal. But I keep the gas generator is tied on with the smeltery line, and that is pre-pressurized to, I think I have it set to like 3 MPa, so it lasts quite a while. And the gas, you got to remember too, the gas generator is only kicking on until the power gets to that 10%. So basically it flicks on, runs, the power gets to 10%. If it's still draining, it flicks back on, runs until it gets to 10%. So it's kind of, I need to set a buffer circuit in there, but it works. So there's not, you know, I haven't messed with it. And honestly, we have enough power generation that we almost never run. You know, it's very occasionally, and usually when I starts running is, you know, because we've added a lot of stuff to the base all of a sudden, and we don't want to go this way. And basically we just do a, you know, it runs for like an episode or so, and then I say, okay, we need to upgrade the solar panels. But it does keep us from, you know, the base from shutting down, basically. But when it does start running, then we say, you know, if it runs in, you know, so now sometimes we just do something and we use a ton of power. Like, you know, I pressurize the base and all the heaters are running. Then we're going to use a ton of power. And then that's usually when it runs. But once the base gets up to temperature, if for some reason it's still kicking in, then that's when it's time to upgrade the solar panels. And how is our... Oh, very nice. So we are getting back up to, yeah, main is solar, backup gas, and then automated backup is gas, and then manual backup is coal. And then eventually, and we do have the mod that lets us make RTGs, and we may make a few of those just to put in, because, well, for one, they're insanely expensive, so they're not really worth it. But that'll give us a slight trickle. You know, basically one RTG is enough to run 4 wall heaters. So if we're heating up the base, it'll kind of offset that cost. But I don't know, because they are insanely expensive. I mean, the mod does make it so it's like, you know, you really only want to use it if you don't have any other choice. It's the one that the it's originally a creative only item, but it's just a one block. It's funny if you watch Dean doing the the stream, he basically creates it in like, you know, 10-15 minutes and just throws it in the game. And I can't remember, he uses something, he modifies another model, or, you know, I can't remember what it was. It's something kind of round or something. I can't remember what he used. But yeah, he just took another model and basically just like messed with it and said, okay, there, it's an RTG. So, Yeah, but normally it's not in the game unless you're in creative, because it is basically it was for testing. It was basically a free energy source, but they just called it RTG because that's kind of what an RTG. Well, not really, but it's an RTG kind of does put out a constant power for no input except for obviously the radioactive material that's in it. Yes, very nice. So we're still, well, we don't have any heaters or anything running, so we're getting a bit of a charge. But it is, and we do have, I think, there is a cheaper recipe from another mod that we have, which is the chemistry one, which adds it to there along with some, I think, more powerful grenades and the chemical lights. I don't know because technically, I mean, I could see potentially doing, I could see it being a mod item. I don't know if it would ever be something that would be put in by the devs, at least until later on when they have, I mean, okay, so the devs have already said that we're going to be able to get like more world settings. They're going to overhaul that, so we'll be able to pick like the color of, you know, the terrain and, you know, maybe like, the gravity and stuff like that. Obviously, we can already mess with the atmospherics by going into the world settings and doing that like I have, so I've upped the pressure, so that we don't have to have 5 million units pulling CO2 in because the greenhouses are completely unbalanced and you just suck up all your CO2. So I, I could see that they might add it in, but it would be down the road because right now, the game comes with the moon and Mars. Mars doesn't really have enough air pressure to warrant, having wind turbines. Um, because I don't even know. I mean, I guess it would kind of blow against it, but I don't know if it has enough force really. Um, but I could definitely see, a modder adding it. Uh, probably sooner than the devs would get around to it. Let's say yes, it would be a neat feature, but I don't think it would be a high priority one, I guess. But you never know. I mean, who knows? They might revamp the power system and say, "Hey, we want to add, wind power in. We want to add, uh, we want to add." Oh, I did have cladding there. That's the only thing I don't like about those being orange. I keep thinking they're the uniforms. Um, and what was I going to say with that? Is the oh 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 is oh, you could say maybe they would add water, you know, which would be nice. I would, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing water in the game. I mean, there is water, but like water power, like flowing water or something, because if you can customize the worlds, then who says we can't, be on a water planet, which would be kind of interesting. Because imagine if you, had to pressurize your base and basically keep out all the water. Oh, my nuclear battery's actually gone low. Okay, so we should be able to seal all this up now. And I think most of the steel sheets are actually in the basement. Unless I stuck some... No. No, I want to fill that one in first, because otherwise I'm going to keep falling in that hole. I don't know, did I actually have those ones filled in? I don't remember. But I do know there is a whole bunch of steel sheets down here. Yeah, and I mean, especially since they do have the freezing, and I could see them getting boiling. I mean, I was kind of hoping, I mean, I was saying in the beginning that it'd be nice to see, like, steam power, but they just went with gas. But I said, why are we basically, running a V8, or a V10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 5, so 10. Yeah, V10. Um, because we're basically just, but instead of, why aren't we having like a steam turbine or something where we're burning that to give, but because we're providing it with oxygen and hydrogen, so obviously we can burn it, just like in the smeltery. Oh, that's iron. Oh, or I gotta turn my torch on. Okay, and let's not weld ourselves in here. But it's something I can see that is, this game has enough to it that I could definitely see it having a pretty active mod community, and I could see, once they get the mod support implemented, all kinds of stuff being added. But unfortunately, they haven't really, which is, it is an alpha or whatnot, so it's kind of be expected that it's going to take a while for them to, they're still adding a lot of stuff, and obviously codes being. Wait, oh, we don't want to weld that one. Shoot, I do want to weld that one though. How did we just use up? Oh, I think I threw them inside. Oh, actually, we did have. Oh no. Why did I do? Oh yeah, I did that to mount stuff to it. Yes, because I needed that. So we actually want to leave that there. And yeah, that's somebody's clothes buried in there. All right. So we should have steel plates laying around here somewhere. And we went up a little bit, not too much, from running the generator, which I think the the filtration tank, the intake tank. Where are all the steel sheets? I should at least have. We haven't welded anything, so I should at least have enough. Yeah, I would not be surprised. That has happened plenty of times. We should have at least enough to finish off, to fill in that section that we did. Not that it really matters. The base isn't pressurized, so obviously it's just usually one of those things where I'm like, oh yeah, look, it's sitting inside that machine because. Huh. Oh wait, right there. Huh. That's right. I remembered I dumped them out after I did this. Which I think we might be a sheet short because well, we probably did actually have that one on the tank. Yeah, because we have there's wall consoles on those, so they have to be welded. One sheet left over, which is usually a bad sign because you're like, where's that one block I missed? But it looks like we're actually good because I didn't have those. Well, maybe I actually did have that one filled in. I don't know why. Except just to have it filled in. Yeah, because we don't have one there. But we can put it down below too. And oh, hey, look at that, stuff's charging. How nice. Yeah, we gotta get some railing and stuff up on this. Oh, yep, there's one. So we're actually one sheet short, which would probably be the one that's in the tank. That wasn't in the tank before. But we'll have to remember that's there, because otherwise, obviously, we're not going to pressurize too well. All right, and obviously I'm going to have to smelt up some steel before the next episode. But we're going to probably call it, we're hitting about an hour and 45 minutes right now. And it is getting late here too, so we'll probably call it good for this episode. So at least we got the our wirings ran, which is good, because obviously that takes a bit. We've got everything placed, so now we can just start pulling circuits off and you know, like get these doors wired up. And we'll probably do the same thing as kind of before. Each transformer will be a room, and then we'll keep our now cooling. We do got to tie back into the other cooling on the base, which will be easy enough to do, because that needs to be on that circuit so that it will be controlled correctly. And the heating obviously needs to tie back onto its own, onto the where the transformers are back there. Which I don't know. We're getting so many now. I am kind of tempted, and we do have a ton of copper and gold. I'm actually tempted to change that all to heavy wire and just run this all as one for the heating. I don't know. It might be worth it. It is kind of nice to keep it as different zones, though. You know, even if we run to one, you know, one transformer goes to 4, another transformer goes to 4. Of course, I put a ton over here. Probably kind of like I did on the original. I kind of put too many in. Though I say I put too many in, but now it takes forever to heat up the base. So that's why another reason to add the windows in. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, this is one circuit right here for heating. We basically got the same thing down below. There's 2 circuits. And we get that room. So 3 circuits. There's 3 transformers we have to add onto the heating circuit. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but that's 3 lines we got to run over to, you know. We got to run to that one room, one to this room, and then one to the room down below. I don't know. We'll see. It might be worth it. It might be time to just change that over to a heavy line and just call it good. Because that would let us have, I believe, is it 1,000? So we'd be able to have like 50 heaters. Well, technically 49 on one circuit. And then we really wouldn't have to worry about it. Because we're already up at what? We went 4 to 12. So we've got 20 right now, total, plus the greenhouse, which is on a separate circuit, so we don't have to worry about. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. So I'll probably be doing a stream tomorrow, and I'll probably try to come online beforehand, and we're going to smelt up some steel. We're going to get some steel plates made up so we can finish welding everything together, and we'll get some more circuitry or some more wiring run. And actually, we might switch the plumbing first, just so. Well, no, we'll stick to wiring first, because at least with the wiring, it's not in the way. So if we need to walk through it, we can. Whereas with the plumbing, once it's there, if we have to run wiring around it, we kind of gotta pull the plumbing back up. So it makes sense to do the wiring first. Yeah, I think we'll go that route. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and we will probably have episode 103 tomorrow. I might do one episode of Hellion, one episode of Stationeers tomorrow, or I might do 2 of Stationeers. I haven't really decided yet, and we'll see. But all right, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good night.